Well, let's bring Spencer out, shall we? Spencer!
Whoa!
Spencer,
hey, what?
You leapt to the stage like a desert breeze.
Yeah, I'm all over the place today.
How you doing, man?
I'm out of sorts. I mean, everyone who's not listening to the podcast will know I look like shit. I smell like shit. I woke up bad. I threatened the life of an old elderly lady today.
All right, go with that. Let's go with that.
Okay.
What was the what occasioned you threatening the life of an elderly woman?
Driving on near Target, La Brea. There was this old woman who had the crazed look of a homeless person, but the well-dressedness of, you know, a lady going to church. And she was wandering in the street like those hobos do when they're going up and down the aisles looking for change. But she was just making the most craven stare, like, at people, and then, like, walking towards them if they gave any indication of noticing her existence. And I slipped up. I gave one glance, and the next thing I know, she was right at the corner of my car, like, right in front of it, like, just staring at me. And my window was down. I think that might be why she was targeting me, because, you know, I could hear her potentially. But she didn't say anything. She was just staring at me, and then the light turns green, and you'd think it was like because she was trying to cross the street, but it wasn't. But she started to like go in front of my car, like to make as if she was like gonna walk in front of my car, making eye contact all this time. Like you know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. What are you planning, old lady? But so my window was rolled down, and so I cut around her and like sped off, and I was like, I will end your life.
You said that? I will end your life?
Yeah.
As you drove away, you could have just done it. You could
I
have
know.
just,
And I wanted her to know that.
Right.
I could have just plowed straight through her and had a great day.
So you drove around her, but said, I saved you this day.
Yeah.
But I will in the future end your life.
Yeah.
What did that lady say at the drive-thru in that YouTube video when she couldn't get her chicken McNuggets? You know what I'm talking about?
I will achieve my ultimate form.
You do not want me to achieve my ultimate form. It's like it seems like this is now a thing. I mean, because really, you said that in a rage. That's what you said.
I am ageist. I have a problem with old people.
I will
really
end
do.
your life. Like, not I will run you over. I will kill you. Fuck off, old lady.
I said fuck you under my breath, and then I went into
I
full
will
yelling.
end your life.
Yeah.
It feels like there's a like we're becoming a society of video game.
No,
people.
I'd love to be able to end the lives of the elderly.
I'd love to have the composure to word my outrage like that.
I had no idea what she was planning. Like, if I was trying to get the attention of a motorist, you know, I would make eye contact and then maybe gesture at them and maybe mouth a few words, get their attention, you know? And then once they had my attention, I'd maybe sidle up to the side of the car and maybe say anything at all. Or, you know, do anything other than walk in front of my car right the second that the light is turning green without the intent to cross the street. I don't know.
Is it possible she was just kind of like a demented, like...
Well, that's even worse for me. I want to kill those people, too.
Wow.
I got a lot of problems.
Yeah, you're about, 70 years too late for that, man. There was a time.
I know.
When you...
I got to catch up.
Yeah.
Let's bring out my betrothed, Erin McGathy.
Erin McGathy! Thanks for coming, Erin. Erin McGathy, everybody. Wow. Short interview.
Allie in Georgia.
Yeah.
I love Allie in Georgia.
I just remember when we were in that restaurant, when we were in the Rustic Inn, and I yelled at that guy. I told that story of the podcast where the guy like yelled at us at the end of a lunch for swearing during lunch, and I just blurted out at him.
No, you mean Tam O'Shanter, right?
He said, I said Rustic. He said, if you guys want to talk like you're at a truck stop, why don't you eat at one? And I just blurted out like, if you want to tell people how to talk, why don't you go back to Germany? I'm saying like in my most outraged moments, I am not.
No, who's the guy?
I'm not the most articulate.
Did we tell them? No, that's not true. You've been outraged and been overly articulate and decimated people or eviscerated people. Who's the guy that came by in the hat at Bigfoot Lodge? And we saw him, and he had a fedora on and suspenders, and he was kind of one of those guys. And
I think he was exactly one of them.
He might have known swing dance, and he came. And actually, I knew him from the old swing dance days. So there you have it. But he was like, "Hey Jeff, I'm so and so, I'm so and so," and he kind of like pistol winks, and and he moved off, and we didn't leave. And we were 2 hours later, he comes by, like, "Are you guys still in the same booth?" And I forget what you said, but it was a fucking goodie. And you're like,
I said, well, count your blessings. If it weren't for people like us that didn't move, you wouldn't know.
You'd lose your stripes, Magellan.
But I wasn't mad at him. I just hated him. I wanted him to die. That's the difference.
You weren't mad at him. You just wanted him to die.
When I'm in a fight or flight response, I'm not going to be like Jonathan Swift. Like it's when I'm in a surly mood. Like if I've been drinking and I just want to be left alone, and someone comes up to me and does one of those things where they wave their hand in front of your face because you're not making enough eye contact, or they say like that guy did, like he implied that I should have been moving more. I would gladly watch that guy just like descend on a spike onto a bunch of other spikes. I don't know how torture works, but like that
sounds more like murder.
Like if I'm in a surly leave me alone mood.